his first statement acknowledging that this happened, like 10 days after that the derailment happened in East Palestine, Pete Buttigieg said, "We're constrained by law on some areas of rail regulation, like the braking rule withdrawn by the Trump administration in 2018 because of a law passed by Congress in 2015." So that's a quote.
Wait, come again? What were those dates?
The Trump administration law in 2018 because of a law passed by Congress in 2015. And yes, it's confusing, and he purposely left it confusing because if you dug the least bit into it, you would realize that it's not Trump's fault. So the narrative perpetuated by Buttigieg is that Trump is responsible because his administration in 2017 repealed an Obama-era rule that would have required electronically controlled pneumatic brakes. They're called ECPs. On high hazard trains that carry flammable hazardous materials. So a Government Accountability Office, GOA, report found that the evidence to support the benefits of this was shaky, so they axed it. So that really the costs outweighed the benefits. This wasn't really a problem, and the actual technology in the device was kind of like, we don't know if this is going to work or not. And the GOA report was required by a 2015 Obama era law. So that's what Pete Buttigieg is talking about when he says, okay, this 2017, the Trump administration repealed this because of a 2015 rule. It was because of a Democratic controlled administration made this rule for the GOA, the Government Accountability Office, to do a report on changes like this, including the ECP policy that was suggested, which caused the Trump administration, the Department of Transportation under the Trump administration to repeal the ECP thing. They didn't think it was necessary. Later, the Associated Press discovered that the DOT estimate had miscalculated the potential benefits. So it was even worse. So it was like really not even worth it at that point. Even with the correction, the department still found that the cost outweighed the benefits of installing these ECPs. And then, furthermore, the Biden administration, Biden has been in the office since January 2021. The last 2 years, he could have reinstated the ECP rule if they wanted to, but they didn't. And so the Washington Post, who are typically very biased, they're owned by Jeff Bezos, but I do read them because sometimes they have good analysis. Quote from the Washington Post, "From our analysis, none of the regulatory changes made during the Trump administration at this point can be cited as contributing to the accident." And I really like citing kind of lefty news outlets because they want to blame Trump. You know, they want to blame the Republicans. They want to blame everybody who wouldn't be Pete Buttigieg or wouldn't be Biden. But they literally found that this ECP rule that Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Department of Transportation, could have reinstated. He could have reinstated when Biden took office and when he was appointed to that position, but he did not. Yeah. So he blamed it on Trump. It's sickening. And back to The View, Joy Behar of The View said that's who you voted for in that district, Donald Trump, who reduces the safety. That's a direct quote too. I mean, the narrative that Pete has kind of pushed out there is being recycled in mainstream media and blaming this town of Trump supporters, blaming former President Trump. It's crazy.